Hi guys, my name is Muhammad Kamarul Zaman bin Ramli. My ID number is DM0721196. We are from Group 1. Would like to present a topic regarding COVID-19. The COVID-19 pandemic, also known as the coronavirus pandemic or the coronavirus pandemic, is the 2019 coronavirus pandemic that is happening globally due to the severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus. The outbreak was initially detected in mid-December 2019 in the city of Wuhan, Hubei, China, and was recognized as a pandemic by the World Health Organization. On March 12, 2020, until more than a dozen cases have been confirmed, with more than one death due to COVID-19. The virus is mostly transmitted between a person in similar way to influenza, without respiratory transmission from coughing or sneezing. It is considered the most contagious when a person receives a symptomatic sign, although its spread is possible even before symptoms appear. The time between exposure and the onset of symptoms is usually 5 days, but may range from 2 to 14 days. Common symptoms include fever, cough, and shortness of breath. Complications may include pneumonia and acute respiratory difficult syndrome. So far, there are no specific vaccine or antiviral treatment. Effort consists of system reduction and supportive therapy. Recommend preventative measures include washing hands, covering your mouth when coughed, maintaining distance from others, especially those who are unwell, and 14 days of self monitoring and isolation for people who suspect they are infected.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Taqiyuddin Mirosman from batch 35A. My ID is DM0721190. The tourism industry is one of the areas in Malaysia that has been negatively impacted by the COVID-19 outbreak. According to the tourist arrival in Malaysia from 2000 to 2020, there has been a significant decrease in the number of tourists visiting Malaysia. The overall number of visitors to Malaysia in 2019 was 26 million something. However, by the middle of the 2020, that number had dropped by 21 million something to 4 million something. It is widely known that Malaysia's tourist industry contributes significantly to economic growth by encouraging foreign spending on goods and services there. A portion of the tourism business will be compelled to close if visitor numbers continue to drop because of unsustainable losses and the inability to pay employee salaries. Other non-essential sectors were also compelled to halt operations during the MCO at the same time. To stop the spread of COVID-19 in Malaysia, for example, economic activity in the manufacturing and construction sectors was suspended. It is crucial that the government provide the impacted sectors with financial support because of this. This is consistent with Keynesian thinking regarding the role of government during a recession. Tourism is a social, cultural, and economic phenomenon associated with the movement of a person to a place outside of the usual environment. Travelers who travel to major destinations outside of the normal environment, not more than 12 months, other than being employed by any resident entity of the country or the place visited. There are two categories of visitors, the first of which is called the journey involved sleeping overnight, and the second is called a daily visitor if the journey takes less than 24 hours. Each tourist has different purpose for visiting. The purpose of the visit were business and professional, education and training, tourism and recreational activities, visit friends and relatives, health and medical treatment, religious or Hajj, shopping and transit. Tourists are also divided into several types. Among them are inbound tourists, domestic tourists, outbound tourists, internal tourists, national tourists, and international tourists. Tourism is one of the most tragic potential industries that contribute dynamically to the country's economic growth. The tourism sector's production account recorded a contribution of 220.6 billion ringgit of 15.24% in 2018 compared to 56.4 billion ringgit, which was 10.38% in 2005 to economic growth. For the period 2005 to 2018, the average annual growth CAGR for the sector was recorded to growth at 11.1%. The tourism sector is found to be susceptible to internal and global conflicts such as natural disaster, epidemic, political turmoil, and financial crisis. During the period 1991 to 2019, tourist arrivals to Malaysia several times experienced a decline, especially in 1998 due to the global economic crisis. The SARS outbreak caused the growth in the number of arrivals to decline in 2003 by 20.4%. The country's tourism also faced disaster haze in 2015 as well as the issue of MH370 and MH17 incident in the previous year. The COVID-19 pandemic was the total challenge to the country's tourism performance and forced the cancellation of the Visit Malaysia campaign 2020. It is accepted that tourism arrivals during the year will have a difficult growth of up to 65%. The tourism acceptance of the inbound segment is in line with the performance of tourist arrivals to Malaysia. Globally, in 2020, UNWTO estimates a decrease in the number of international tourists to be between 60% to 80%, which is impacting the decline in tourism receipts to reach 80 billion USD worldwide due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The number of tourist arrivals is generally influenced by the phenomenon of border tourism. Singapore, Indonesia, Thailand, and Brunei are countries that contribute significantly to the number of arrivals to Malaysia. Based on tourist arrival data for the month of January to March 2020, all 5 major markets of inbound tourism have recorded significant decline in growth, mainly due to the global spread of COVID-19. The highest growth decline was recorded by the Brunei market, that is negative 57.6%, followed by China, that is negative 52.4%, Singapore negative 41.3%, Thailand negative 32.3%, and Indonesia is negative 24.2%. In a related development, several airlines have announced expected losses while having restructured their workforce due to the burden of high contingency cost. The accommodation sector was also affected by the sharp reduction in demand and cancellation of bookings by customers.
Hello and good morning. My name is Nurul Natasha Bantusin. My ID number DEM10211019 from batch 25A. International border closures and travel restrictions have effect by every level of the food supply chain and left a major impact on food distribution. Agricultural sectors such as crops, animal husbandry, and fisheries are also affected. Travel bans that have been enforced by most countries have affected the delivery of breeding stock. Fish farmers are unable to sell their catch, as well as difficulty in aquaculture production due to lack of seed and fish feed. As agricultural produce is mostly perishable, this causes farmers to store unsold produce for a longer period of time, leading to reduced food quality as well as increased production costs. This pandemic has indirectly affected the cultivation of crops such as corn, sunflower, wheat, barley, canola, and vegetables. Therefore, the closing of the economic doors of neighboring countries caused the people to reduce their dependence on import goods. This situation has increased the awareness and sensitivity of the people and the country towards the importance of local agricultural products.
Hi, my name is Hanim Humaira binti Junaidi Abdullah. My ID number is DEM091049. I'm from batch 25A. Transmission of the COVID-19 virus also create new norms that must be practiced by Malaysians throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. As we know, the existence of new norm is aimed at breaking the change of COVID-19. Each new norm has been set by the government itself and has certain details. The most obvious norm is having to wear face mask to go anywhere, in addition to entering any premises and also crowded places. Necessary face masks also used in quality face masks. To this day, Malaysians still wear masks even though the situation has improved, but for the sake of safety, face masks are still worn. The second is practicing social distancing. A long distance between other individuals can break the COVID-19 network. Stay 1 meter away from other individuals. Not only that, but we can't even shake hands with any individual. Until today, we still need to be careful not to be close to random individual or shake hands with anyone because COVID-19 can spread throughout contact. Keep your distance from other individuals because we don't know which individual carry the disease. And the last is stay at home if there is no important business. We have to know that we have not won in the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. Instead, there's somewhere sitting at home is the best way to break the change of COVID-19 because by being at home, we will not be exposed with individual with symptoms, individual who carry disease and not exposed to the unhealthy environment. Stay home and stay healthy.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nazrul Faiz bin Muhammad Rasul. My ID number DEM072119. The SARS-CoV virus has been the most fatal infection agency in first emerged toward the end of 29 and has negatively impacted several industries. The uncontrollability of the illness is what makes the virus so frightening. The virus can cause nervous system, respiratory, viral, and even death in some people, while having little effect on others. Doctors and researchers only learned about a few common conditions such as chronic disorders including diabetes, hypertension, chronic lung disease, obesity, and others that can exacerbate SARS-CoV virus infection after several months of diagnosing COVID-19. However, this also leaves open some more questions. Of course, we could read or heard account of individuals who had negative findings from naphthalgia or ophthal swab and who deceived being believed to have heard from COVID-19, in fact developed and eventually passed away. In addition, in the year and 19 months, 249,343,019 instead of COVID-19 have been reported worldwide, resulting in 545,077 dead, 2% November in 2020. According to Sepak Akuntas research using the autopsy method on patients who have been diagnosed with COVID-19 and died. Patients typically died from sepsis and simultaneous collapse or several organ function. Respiratory failure in the most typical system. The result of the autopsy also revealed a confliction with gum blood vessel blockage developing in the lungs, several lung damage, heart failure, and gastrointestinal bleeding. In the Elascuta trial, patients who passed away as comorbid conditions such as hypertension, chronic renal or cardiac disease, as well as chronic lung illness. In addition, multiple organs including the lung, heart, blood vessels, kidney, gastrointestinal tract, liver, neurological system, ears, and skin are all affected by SARS-CoV viral infection. Clinic pathology: the majority of SARS-CoV infection cases develop respiratory failure and require ventilator support. Therefore, SARS-CoV infection is frequently accompanied by symptoms that are neurological system related such as fracture, confusion, and loss of taste or smell. Meningitis and epilepsy have also been overrun by certain pathogens which suggest a viral infection of the central nervous system. Inflammation and edema in the brain are also brought on by the osmotic coating storm, which result in cirrhosis, a cerebral artery blockage which is blocked on by blood that is thickened and damage or injury to the endothelium lining on the blood arteries can also result in a stroke.
Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. My name Ahmad Hafiz Zufairi bin Muhaimi, ID number DM07211149. I'm from batch 25A. Today, I want to present about the impact of COVID-19 on education sectors. After the emergence of COVID-19, the education sector is one of the affected sectors. This is because the government had to make a decision to close schools so that COVID-19 does not spread to school students. At the same time, the government also took steps to cancel exams such as PT3 and UPSR 2020. This is also because the government wants to reduce the risk of the number of COVID-19 patients involving school students. In addition, in order to continue learning for students, the government took steps by introducing online learning, which is learning from home. This step can also help students not to fall behind in their studies and can avoid being affected by the COVID-19 infection. However, there are also families who cannot afford to have internet access at home and cannot have their children study online at home. This is because they belong to low-income families and are located in the countryside. Another effect is that by learning online, students' understanding is decreasing due to several factors including slow internet and so on. So, with the emergence of COVID-19, there are many challenges that the government and school students have to face. This is because for students, face-to-face learning is better and easier to understand than online.
Hello and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Daniel Bihan bin Muhammad Amin. My number ID are DEN 0821025. In conclusion, COVID-19 originates from the country of China, which originated from the bats. The reason I say like that because the country strongly practice the tradition eating exotic animal. Not only that, COVID-19 affect the global economic condition in the country and abroad. Since then, government decide to launch the MCO, and the society are forced to work from home. For the society are still school have to attend the class online. But on the positive side, MCO is planning to help the rate of this epidemic spread in reducing and avoiding a reduced death. MCO also make we more spend our time with our family, like doing various activities at